And I immediately walked up to JP. It was probably JP that checked your website.
Yeah.
I walked up to I'm JP, like, who are these two dudes right here? And he's like, dude, they're Afghan soft. Like, I go, they're Estonian soft. They deployed to Afghanistan. I was like, check. I go, this is going to be awesome. And yeah, so it was, that was a freaking great move. Mm-hmm. That was a great move that you guys executed. And you, I would say you had me at hold what you got, move forward. Like one of those things where I was watching, it's like, oh, okay, well, these guys are in the game, you know?
Yeah, and that was the thing. Like, then I think we did like 2 runs, and then it's like, okay, sitting down, hey, we would like to do the same thing in Estonia. And you said, okay, now you got my attention. And we said, okay, now Martin, we like mentally high-fived each other already. Let's not fuck it up anymore. Let's just keep cool and let's continue. We continued that, and then we got the green light from you, and we brought the flag with the message that, hey, we gave you a Estonian flag with the message. I remember that this will, when you have a HQ, this will be first flag that you pull there in front of your HQ.
There you go.
And yeah, I mean, that was the planted seed.
Yeah.
Then we got back, we saw that this FTX thing works, because we had no idea how to conduct it initially. And then we went back, we gathered up a group of friends, like, I don't know, 15. And then we run our first trial. So we rehearsed. And obviously we got a really good feedback. Then Martin was working in, governmental company, and said, okay, we have this new training idea. Maybe let's run all the departments through that. And obviously we did it for whatever, nothing. Mm-hmm. And then that started to build, like, yeah, like we had content. Mm-hmm. Then I made another amazing video, which sucked, of course. And then we said, okay, we have no idea how to market anything. So the first person we came in, like, was one lady. Okay, we need marketing. And she initially thought that, who are these military guys? You're selling some military stuff. She didn't understand anything. But eventually we got her on board, and she started made us a new homepage, and then we started doing Facebook content. Mm-hmm. And with that was also awesome thing, because so far the 8 years while I was in the military, we didn't have any Facebook, nothing. Mm-hmm. Zero social media. And now you guys tell me that I have to start making videos and speak things like to other people about how to, live their life. Like, that's fucking stupid. Who does those things? And then I made videos. I need a 30-second clip. I did maybe 40 takes. And then I said, okay, I can't do it anymore. Look at this. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Like, no, it sucks, but okay, give it a shot. So in the beginning, Martin did all the videos, mm-hmm. because I just didn't want to do it, because it felt so fucking weird to speak some things to other people and teach them whatever. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And then eventually, we had, I think, 4 or 5 FTXs. I did 2-hour keynote of introduction in my company. And we had the same idea, okay, we have to kind of, in the defense industry, if you go to the customer and they first ask, does your own army use your equipment? And if you have no, then you're pretty much, nobody wants it. Mm-hmm. Why? Mm-hmm. So you want to sell it to us, but your own government doesn't want it. So we figured that, okay, if we are able to kind of help our own companies to improve, then we have we did it over there already. It works. So we started with our own companies, and then word started going around. We got our first customers or something like that. And by the end of that year, there was, I think, a conference, whatever the conference was. We kind of got a classroom. And obviously when we went to see where the classroom was, it was on the 3rd floor in the furthest corner. And we thought, okay, nobody will first of all, nobody will find it. Mm-hmm. And then when we started talking about it, then for whatever reason, there was 100 people. And nobody, there was not enough room for people to get into the room. Mm-hmm. And I think that day I was like had been drinking until 4 because that was the way how you build relationship in defense industry.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my gig. Like I went there on a conference and every day until whatever, and then I had 2 hours of sleep, and I gave first English keynote, which went perfect. It was perfect, right? I couldn't have done it most likely in any other condition. So it went really well. And now we said, okay, now we have again new information out there. And then I started thinking, okay, how do we make it every time when we go there? We have to do something bigger and something more bigger. And by that end of that year, I think we maybe had run, I don't know, 5 trainings or something like that. So nothing much. And then as we didn't have any understanding of how to do the classroom trainings, we just figured out some things. It was like we talked about so many stuff that you can't imagine. We talk about everything, indirect method, ego, like all the things what you could possibly talk about. But still the feedback was really good because nobody has previously ever talked about it. So it doesn't matter if the content is so good, like they say good. Mm-hmm. And then eventually like Martin had to go away. So now the company was pretty much on me because he left to Europe to run some huge projects, which meant that he now was our source of finances because he got a good salary and we were just doing, I don't know, zero money, zero nothing. So we're not making much money, but at least we had our jobs. So we were able to live on that. But we were making no money. And then we had to start bringing in new instructors. Sorry, I'm actually speeding up. So the first year, after we did those first gigs, for whatever reason, me and one other dude, we were like talking, hey, so like in Estonia, like you can get a mark if you are best leadership or training company, like instructor or whatever. Like, how do you get that? And I was talking with one dude and like we were like, okay, this is most likely a corruption anyways, like it's just a pointless piece of thing. And then in 1 week, someone called me. Hey, you have won an award. We went there. All of that news went to HR. So everyone started to understand that there is a company who's doing things differently. They are from ex-military guys. So it was like a new thing. So, and especially like the war was just started. So we were in the right timing. So we got everyone's attention. And from there on, we just continued on growing and growing and growing, started to implement the same stuff.
So had you already left your day job at this point?
So I ended up I left my day job by the end of 2022.
Got it.
So 1 year in, I think that 2022, we ended up with like 70,000 as our overall revenue. So because we were able to, and like half of like 50,000 of that was the after September or something, because it's like continuously started going really, really high. And then he had to go away and now I needed few guys because I was not able to do it alone anymore. Then there were some dudes coming to me, hey, I want to do the same stuff. So what do you want to do? I want to be an instructor. Okay, so these are the terms. These are we can't pay you any money, but you can do a lot of work if you want. There is a lot of opportunity here. We have seen Jocko in real life. So we were like, awesome dudes. Like we were already like interesting to other people in the military. So, and then we started doing that. And eventually what happened is that second year we had already like 450,000 as a revenue. So, and we never focused on any numbers. We're just doing the right things for the right reason. And the second time I went to the same conference where we had a classroom. So how I kind of got us to the main stage because we didn't know anyone. And I gave an interview because there was like an interview of some of the speakers from the last year. They asked me to come to the office and I said, okay, so now actually what we would like to do is that we would like to get on the main stage.